Ellen, do you have the planning board meeting?
The tape?
Yeah.
Yeah, so George has it.
Oh,
I had to hook the boat, but we had a broken deck. And I had to.
yeah, you said you were gonna do it.
Yeah, so I have it hooked up. We are going out,
She
but without
has,
the time code.
she has it now, though?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, we should start. All right, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Johnson, Gary Guglielmetti.
Public hearing for this, for the, first we have a public hearing for this carport. Is that the?
We can do that.
Yeah. All righty. Are you folks here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
For that,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just, this is our chairman, and he was not at our last meeting, so if you could just kind of give him an overview. He's just actually just seeing your application for the first time.
Yeah.
Just give him a brief overview.
My mother has purchased a property in Pine Hill on Station Road. It's a small 100-year-old bungalow, and we've turned it into a full-time year-round house for them over the last couple of years. And now we're interested in building a covered garage, shelter for their car. It's a sloped site where the road is at the top of the site and the house is down the hill. And they already have a flat area where I want to have a slab poured, and then I'm going to build the carport on top of it. Because of the nature of the sloped site, it was hard to put the garage adjacent to the house itself. I own the house on one side of it, the next door property, my husband and I. And I guess the variance that I'm looking for is because it's too close to the road and closer than the house to the road. I think we determined that at the last meeting that it was far enough away from the lot lines on either side, but too close to the road. Mr. Reese?
Yeah.
Was out there today. We determined that it's that it could be 20 feet from the center of, we have this station road that goes up the hill and serves 3 houses, 4 houses, or a church and 3 houses, well, an abandoned church and 3 houses. It's a very small road. So finding the center of that and then pacing off 20 feet. I'm constrained by a few trees and an existing stone wall that I'd like to preserve and where I situate this thing. And I can make it as small as I possibly can go around the car, but I'm looking if I have to be 18 feet from the center of the road or 20.
No, that was just to do with that, what I mentioned was just to do with the town's right-of-way.
Right,
We were trying to kind of get a sense of what that was. And I think on your application, you said it was only 6 feet from the edge of the road. The edge of the road is kind of nebulous.
Right.
And when you paced it off, it seemed as if you were about 28 feet or 29 feet from the center of the road, which means that you were barely on the town's right-of-way. And, at that point, I think
And then I have these cedars that are already closer to the road than the structure would be, so they sort of protect it and
Yeah, I was just concerned about snow, plowing snow and them being able to do repairs and whatnot, but it appears she does have some very massive, mature cedar trees that have trunks like this all lined up between the road and where
Where would they be?
they're all along the road here, right past this point, so they would protect that corner very well.
Is this the stone wall here?
That's the stone wall there, yeah.
Okay.
And this is deceptive. This is actually further than how it appears on this map, I believe, from here to the road. And it is just this corner. It's not, a whole side or anything. It's just that one corner that, protrudes into the town's right of way there.
Just barely, though.
Yeah, just barely.
So what are we talking about as far as the need for a variance then? How far, if we need it at all?
I think that would, I would just say make it, it might be appropriate to make it, say, 18 feet from the center of the road, something like that, 17 feet from the center of the road, just to cover it.
So the setback is,
Well, it's a front yard, it's a front yard setbacks that would either be, can't be in front of the primary dwelling or 50 feet to the road, whichever is less, so that's what,
well, this
that's
is,
what we're looking at.
this here says 6 feet front yard variance. Yeah.
Right.
So do we really need just 1 foot or something, or I'm not sure, this doesn't seem.
Right, I would say make it 3 feet.
Okay, so we're gonna amend this to say 3 feet, is that all right?
Yeah.
Feet, yeah.
Yeah, 3 feet from the center of the road, or so 3 feet.
From the edge.
3 feet setback from the town's right of way, that's what it is.
All right. I did not get a chance to see it today, so, okay. Well, the next step is,
Any questions?
From the center of the road, 3 foot from the center of the
No,
road?
would be 3 feet from the town's right of way, the edge of the town's right of way.
So 3 feet into the town's right of way, 17 feet from the center.
Oh,
of
so
the
3 feet
road.
into, yes, 3 feet into the town's right of way.
So it's into it.
Into the town's right of way, yeah. Allowing her to build her garage, or carport rather, 3 feet into the town's right of way.
it seems pretty straightforward, especially with the cedar trees protecting that. I mean, there always is concern with snow and
Right.
these kinds of things, so.
They're pretty good to us up there. I mean, we've been there 23 years and they direct their plows. So as not to fill up our parking space, but they've had to shovel out the car now that last winter too many times.
But you have no neighbors on the opposite side of the road, so that.
No, I own the property on the opposite side, so.
Looked like there had been a home there at one point, or maybe just down from you a little
No,
bit.
yeah, down from there, there's water treatment, there's Pine Hill
Oh,
Water.
it looked like there was a driveway going up and
Yeah,
down a little
that's,
flat.
that's down the hill. Yeah.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a lot there with the generator.
Um,
So the next step is,
Keith, you have no questions?
No, I went to look at it and where it is.
I'll make a motion to accept the application as submitted and make the
As
secret,
amended.
or as amended, yeah. And make the secret determination that this would be a type 2 action under the secret review and that it requires no additional further environmental reviews.
I'll second that.
Take a roll call vote. Keith Johnson,
Yes.
Mark Reese,
Yes.
Tom Hickey.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll follow up with Joyce in the morning.
Great.
Okay.
okay, thank you
Yeah,
very much.
yeah. Thanks for the nice presentation and those papers. Good luck.
Thanks. So I'll call you.
Yeah, I'll file with the town clerk in the morning and then I'll call you.
Okay.
Okay? All
Thank
right. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Yep.
Now
I
you
know.
have that application.
Which one do you want this? Oh.
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Higley?
Technically close the public, that's closed, public hearing after that, so. do we have to-
Actually, no, you know what, we didn't, we can have to close your public hearing.
Well, now we do, right?
Yeah, so, we can do that.
Yes, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing for the Lady Kyle application.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that public hearing is closed. We will continue with the regular meeting. The next item of business is Hanover Farms.
No, we can,
And that's new business.
you
want to? Yeah.
Since, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could do new business first, if that's fine. Yeah.
I don't have a pretty presentation or paperwork or anything,
Okay. That's
but I just, last week's meeting basically was sort of passing this over to you, where they were saying I didn't need a special use permit, I really needed a variance. So the scenario is I'm trying to sell the property to someone who's very interested in having a moving business sort of stopover point. He's not interested in changing the building at all, not changing the parking, not doing anything to change the existing structure. He just wants to occasionally park a truck there, and maybe two. If that's the case, there'll be one inside at all times, and just some of his office supplies inside. So since it's always been a business, for as far back as I think anyone can remember, I'm not sure why. I mean, I didn't even know it was zoned residential until about a month ago. So I'm hoping that we can just make quick work of this and make it a variance or whatever we need to do, because he's afraid to actually buy the property until it's okay for him to park a truck there. And since there's always been a truck parked there, I don't know what we have to do to make that happen, but that's our request.
Or it should actually have an application.
I have the application.
We have a copy here.
Yeah, you have it. It's,
I don't believe that we actually have the ability, I don't think we actually have the ability to grant a variance to have a business in a residential area.
Well, I think what can be done, what can be done is it can be declared pre-existing non-conforming.
Yeah, I mean, there's such things as in-home occupations, but this wouldn't fall under that.
Well, it would fall under pre-existing. It's been there, well, there's been a business there 40 years that I know of. The chair factory was there since in the 30s.
Yeah, since before the zoning laws were.
So it would be a condition of pre-zoning, pre-existing.
Well, what kind of, we could just make a determination that it's pre-existing occupations? We've never had that come up before. We would probably need a public hearing for that, but I think everything, supposedly everything that we do, make a decision.
Yeah, I would assume yes. I mean, if they'd asked for an interpretation, it would be different, but they've sent her into an application, so it actually would have to go to public hearing. But I think that's what the category would fall under.
Okay. I'll look into that too, we'll have a little time.
It sounds like we'll have to go to a public hearing.
I mean, it's so crazy to me because this has been what it's always been, and I know this guy was just trying to do the right thing by making a phone call and saying, is it okay if I park a truck here once in a while, whereas it's always been, you know, no one ever came down there and said, you know, I'm the zoning officer, this isn't right. I really had no idea that it was even zone residential, and actually I'm sure the neighbors there wouldn't even notice if it was anything, you know, different, if there was a truck parked there, because they've always seen that. So I understand that we have to go by the code and everything now, but I just want to get it done as soon as possible.
Okay, it's gonna take another month for you to have another meeting with a public hearing, and then we make a determination after that.
So we have to send out a letter to, I don't even know how many neighbors there are. I think it's one or two letters, maybe.
Tracy will handle that.
it'll be however many properties are actually touching your property.
And then if there's an objection, then we have to draw it out even more,
Across the street
or?
would be a buffer. It's only the abutters that you have to notify in this case. If you're doing a buffer, then it would be across the street. But you're just doing a budding neighbor, so any property is touching.
It's gotta be actually, it is, yeah. In this case, I think it would just be a budding, so, well, the point is,
If there's a buffer, let me know, because then that's a totally different, there's gonna be a lot more people if it's a buffer involved.
No, it's not a buffer.
So, that's the way I've been doing it, so.
One side of it goes down to the Fox Hollow Road, doesn't it?
I
think that-
know.
I mean, you know, with the butters, you may get, you know, anywhere between 4 and 8 letters, but with a buffer, it's 200. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
I don't think we're supposed to set it down in county business department, but I know for a determination like that, for variance, we have to send that.
I don't think
Because
so.
500 feet is a state highway.
Well, considering that it's been, you're saying not,
I've never
pre-existing
done
non-conforming,
these, so.
I don't think that's really an issue. Would you agree?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's a building that got trapped by the rules and regulations.
Yeah, I just,
I mean, the Shandaken proper, all the way on both sides of 28, when they bought the road right away, when zoning came in, every house on 20, every house through Shandaken is to do anything, they need a variance.
Yeah, what's funny is across the street is
Yes.
zoned highway business, and it's almost like right up to Ms. Squire's property, and then it becomes residential.
Well, that property never was residential, ever. So, you know, it's always been commercial. It's not like it was a house at one time and then, you know, I think it's always been
Right.
commercial.
Exactly.
the early 1800s, I think.
I think as long as it's been the town of Shandaken, there's been that
I
building
think
there.
before, I think maybe before.
Yeah, probably.
Because the original, that's what's left of the original chair factory, which is back in the
Right.
30s or even earlier.
And Art Christie said something about it being, I don't remember what he said, a shoe factory or something?
Yeah, every time somebody else mentions it.
Well, before that though, even. Maybe
Yeah.
it was originally that, I really don't know. I wish
With
I knew
every
the history.
person comes a new story.
Yeah,
about
it's,
the building.
there's been so many businesses there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to investigate a little bit further,
So-
so at the very least, we have to go
So
to
we-
the
Public hearing, so
Anyhow.
tell, you know, the gentleman who kind of started this ball rolling, is going to sit tight another month.
Okay, so Rolf, are
Okay.
you making a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion to send this to public hearing.
I'll second that. All in favor?
No, yeah.
All in favor?
Yeah, no, yeah.
We'll get your ball rolling as quickly as we
I
can.
think that's for the public hearing,
Okay.
just to send it to public hearing.
The planning board and you guys do things so different.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we're not doing a roll call vote on that?
No, I don't think a motion to send it to public hearing. Just so that we make a determination.
Well, I mean,
All present in favor, that's all.
yeah.
See, that's what I said.
Well, there's 7 different opinions here. Tonight you only have 3.
Hey,
I
I'm
mean-
happy you're doing it this way, trust
If
me.
you want to separate it out individually, it's yes, yes, and yes. But
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's really easier to do it this way, but
All right.
I just, you know, I said that last one, no, too good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for coming and
Thank you.
Jason,
So I should be giving you a check though for,
Yeah,
fee?
for the application. And next time, don't tell my bosses that you didn't pay
just say,
it's on the table then. Don't expect you to make it up.
that. Yeah, cash as usual.
I'll make it to cash then, or to Tracy?
What would you like me to make it to?
Oh,
You
yeah,
can make
don't be
that out
afraid
to
of
Harvard, and I'll put it away from my kids.
Good that we have a good sense of humor around here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, we're gonna touch on that old business thing.
Yes. Yeah, we can touch on whole business. You guys want to conduct that first, and we'll keep on, so we have your undivided attention.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't want to miss a beat.
Who am I making it to, Tracy?
T-right, no, down to Shandaken. And then, could you put, can you see that? section,
Can I put what?
the SBL.
It's a
Section
pen
block.
thing here, isn't it?
Yeah, the SBL is 5.17-1.3. That number doesn't look right. I'm gonna go check it.
Really? Well,
Yeah, it's a,
we'll change it if it's not. Thank you.
yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, see you next month.
Yes.
And I gave you the date for next month's meeting, right? When we were on the phone. I'll call you.
You can email me or call me. Either way.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Okay. I guess the last matter this evening is Hanover Farms. The public hearing was closed last month, as I understand it, yes? So, should we just do a quick review of where we are?
Sure.
Okay. We have been given direction by the Ulster County Planning Board, and previously we failed to overturn those recommendations, therefore they currently still stand. So to proceed with any decision, we'd have to vote again to see if we choose to overturn the Ulster County Planning
Overturn
Board.
the county, we need a super majority, I think.
Yes.
We need 5 members.
Well,
No, I'm sorry, no, 5, you're right, yeah, 4 plus 1.
a supermajority would be
4.
4. Yeah, it's
3 plus.
3 would be a majority, 3 plus 1 would be 4. So we'd always need 4 votes for the yes to overturn that. So we don't even have 4 members tonight. We could take a formal vote just to do it, but,
Well, close the public hearing, we have, 45 days to make a decision anyway, I think.
It's 62.
62 days.
62
Yeah, so we can't overturn the Ulster County Planning Board recommendation, so,
Unless we wait till the next meeting.
We can't, it's
We can't.
63 days.
the next meeting is beyond the 62 days.
Oh, it is beyond
Yeah.
62 days.
So, at this point, if we can't overturn it, I believe that means the application is denied. We would have to, I think it's probably wise for us to consult with Larry just to make sure, maybe get him to write an actual, an opinion, to make sure we've got all the legal aspects.
Well,
covered.
I still disagree with the council, whether we can overturn their vote or not, I don't, it's the first time in whatever,
I have the county recommendation here. If you want to see it.
how many years I've been on the board, the county has required us to be involved in the site plan.
Well,
And I still don't think that it's correct.
in this case, what they asked us to do is to work with the Department of Transportation. We did have a discussion back in August with Mr. Corrigan, and you guys should have gotten copies of this. It says here that the next steps to be taken to move forward in getting DOT's official comments and approvals is for the planning board to send a letter to our regional permit coordinator in regards to SECRA. They should include the SEIF, if complete, and any site plans that were submitted by the applicant. The department will then respond with the next course of action to be taken. They provide the regional permit coordinator. And then Mr. Corrigan goes on to say, as discussed, Dave, has not formally received a site plan submission from the applicant for this project. And I did previously advise Mr. Higley of the requirements noted above back in July when he came to my office. So he made it clear to us that Mr. Higley did know and was told directly by DOT that he needed to submit these things to DOT, and for DOT to even consider any variances, any changes to the roadway and the right of way and all that stuff. So, and I have not received any correspondence, and Tracy, I would assume that you've not, or you would have told us from DOT saying that they
Nothing.
received any correspondence or application.
I haven't received anything at all
So,
regarding Hanover.
yeah, so I think that, that we can assume at the moment that Mr. Higley has not supplied the DOT with any other paperwork. So, and I understand and note your objection to the Ulster County Planning Board. We can wait, I suppose, to talk to, well, not wait, but we can also get from Larry, an opinion on the legal aspect, I would say that we should do that. But the way I interpret this is that if we can't proceed and we run out of time, the application is denied.
I think we actually need to make some determination rather than kind of, we need to take a vote, even there's only 3 of us.
So we should vote on the Ulster County Planning Board.
Well, he did say at the last meeting he was forcing a vote. That's what he said at the last meeting.
The only vote that
Well, we do need to,
the only vote that we can take, according to Larry, first is to see if we can overturn the Ulster County Planning Board. If we can't, there's no other vote.
Well, if we have a majority of, I don't know, since we have 2 absentees, if the 3 of us can be a supermajority.
well, we can't.
We can't.
No, I think in our discussion this morning, he said we should vote on the well, I'd like to make a motion.
Okay.
And the motion would be to deny the application, Hanover Farms applications in total, due to the fact that we advised them 5 months ago as to specific, in a specific request for information from the DOT that they needed to provide us so we could proceed and make an intelligent decision on this, and that has not been forthcoming. So that is the reason that I think at this point we should deny the application. We need to make a vote.
So you're gonna make a motion to deny the Hanover Farms application in total due to lack of response regarding required documentation?
Yes.
I'll second that and then open this for discussion. Okay, I just want to make one additional point, that the interaction with the DOT is required for us to determine if there is in fact safe access to the location. So that's why the DOT thing is important, so I just want to add that for the record.
What was it that you said, Tom? I'm sorry.
Say it again.
What was it that you said?
I said interaction with the DOT is required for us to determine if there is in fact safe access to the property under this proposed plan. And now I guess we need to take a roll call vote.
Keith Johnson?
I'll agree with it. Something has to happen, we can't keep them in one bowl forever.
Okay, was that a yes?
Yes,
Okay.
the protest.
Move your wrist.
Ralph Reese?
Yes.
Tom Heaton?
Yes. And we would add that we will have to speak with Larry to get his opinion on it, just so that we have supporting the legal aspect of it.
So will you be calling Larry?
Yes.
Should I do anything special?
Just make sure you have it filed with us.
Okay, so just let Joyce know that we denied the application.
Yeah, we filed the determination, our determination.
Okay, so the public hearing was